Hey there superstars, it is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer and coach from Live, Love, Give, and I'm coming to you on my very last night in beautiful Venice, and I'm really going to miss this place because it has been absolutely incredible, but I am off to another new part of the world which I am super excited about sharing and experiencing, which is Milan. So really excited about getting up there tomorrow. Super early start for me tomorrow, but I wanted to bring this message to you guys today, and it's kind of a message that I am delivering to myself, but I'm hoping that it definitely resonates with you guys as well, and you may or may not find yourself in this position that I have found myself in time and time again, way too many times that I'd like to admit, but I absolutely know that this is a definite pattern of mine, that I have definitely come a long way with, but I always know that there's another level, and I can sometimes find my sense of fear when I get triggered with fear, my tendency can be at times to just kind of want to run away. So I want to talk into today's message with you guys, which is to make sure that your walking away isn't really running away in disguise. So that's what I want to dive into with you guys, and it's really a question around, saying no to things that aren't working for us, and so that we can say yes to the things that will. It's about where do we draw that line? Where do we draw that line between staying in something and really working on it and growing through it versus, you know what, it's time to move on, it's time to walk away. And this is a really big challenge, and it's definitely not black or white. And in whatever area of life that may be. It might be in your relationships, like say your intimate relationship, and you're just like, do I stay or do I go? Do I work on this and grow, or do I just decide that this is it, and we've come as far as we can go, and now it's time to go our separate ways? Or is that running away in disguise? And the same thing happens with anything that we're doing, any decision that we're making, where we are attempting to discern which direction to take. Whether we cut things off and end, or we stay and grow. And this is a big one, because a lot of us can feel really empowered by saying goodbye, see you so long. And at the end of the day, we might actually be running away from something that needs some focus and some growth work. And I was listening to some statistics a couple of days ago. Sorry, you're going to have to bear with me because I went out today, and the weather here has turned really cold. And as you guys know, I've kind of been battling a little bit of illness, and I've been back on track, but I went out today and I didn't realize how freezing cold it was until I went out, and I was just in this dress, and it was super cold, and I was on the boats all day, over the water, so I actually got my sore throat back. So if I'm stumbling my words, bit of brain action not working, but also my throat is absolutely killing me, so I'm trying to keep this one short. But I really want us to think about this, because my tendency has definitely been gonna run away from this, instead of it's just a challenge here, let's grow. And I have tended to catastrophize things as a sort of subconscious protection mechanism, to just go, okay, it's not going to work, let's just get out of here. And the statistics that I was listening to the other day were really interesting. So it was around the concept and idea around having a soulmate, and the studies that have been done actually refer to the fact that those people who believe in having a soulmate, in terms of that one person that's out there for you in this world, and they're your soulmate, and you've got to discover them and all this sort of stuff, those type of people who really believe in having that soulmate actually had lots of relationships that just didn't work out. Versus the kind of people who didn't really believe in soulmates. They actually thought there's so many people out there that you could have a good quality of relationship with. So they actually tended to be in more longer term committed relationships that stood longer tests of time. And I thought that was really interesting because my perception initially was like, if you believe in soulmates, then then you'll give it your all or whatever. You'll be like really into it. I don't know. This is my, without having thought it through, kind of perception. This is why this statistic kind of was like, oh, okay. And my perception was the kind of person be like, soulmates, yeah, right. Like, come on, as just probably, maybe not that into their relationship or whatever. I don't know. It's a big generalization, but the fact of the matter is the statistics show that if you believe in a soulmate, you're more likely to get into a relationship but then end it pretty soon because you're expecting to have a soulmate. And as soon as it gets challenging, as soon as you're presented with something you don't necessarily like about the other person or whatever that is, you're just like wanting to pack up and run because you're like, well, they're not my soulmate. Like, they can't be, because everything should be perfect if they were my soulmate. Whereas the people who didn't really believe necessarily in the concept that's and the definition kind of behind this, which is different to my definition of soulmates, which I'll get to, but who didn't really believe in the concept around soulmates, actually were, when they were faced with a challenge in their relationship, were the kind of people who were like, this is inevitable, this is necessary, of course there's going to be challenges, it's not going to be perfect, I don't believe in perfection or soulmate, I want this relationship to work, so I'm going to face a challenge and grow through it. At least that is based on the study on a small number of people. I don't know the actual logistics of that one, but I do trust where the information came from. But anyway, I wanted to talk into that and get you to think about how, sometimes we might decide that we're walking away from something that doesn't work for us, but in actual fact, if we stayed and did the work, we would actually grow and expand and get to a whole new level of depth and whatever, in whatever area that is that you're potentially walking away from. And it actually might just be a guise for running away from challenge and pain when you think it just gets too scary. And on the flip side of that, I would also say my definition around soulmates, or the way that I think into this, is I actually take kind of a combination here. So I really do believe that you could have an extraordinary quality of relationship with so many different human beings around the globe. Granted, they're all going to be unique, they're all going to be different, but you could have an extraordinary quality of relationship with a ton of different people, is my perception. And when the way I look at soulmates is not necessarily this perfect intimate partner, but I actually look at soulmates as different people who come into your life at different pivotal moments, and they're there to like challenge you. You've got some sort of contract with this person. Like, sometimes it's pleasurable, sometimes it's painful, but at the end of the day, they bring growth of some variety into your life. And my definition of a soulmate is not somebody who's just like this ideal only person in the world for you, and that's it, and you just got to search for them and discover them and blah blah blah, and when you find them, everything's just going to be perfect. It's more, I feel like I've had multiple different soulmates come into my life, and they haven't just been intimate partners, they've been friends, they've been people that I've worked with, they've been clients, they've been, just different people that I've met at different times in my life, and I've had some sort of major growth that I attribute to my connection with that person. And that to me is my definition of soulmate. So I hope that me going all around the bend with this one is of value to you guys. Just kind of popped into my mind that I wanted to talk around the concept of knowing when you're walking away from a place of empowerment and strength versus actually running away from the challenge that you need to face in order to grow and expand. And remember this, when you consistently run away from the same old patterns and the same old things, you end up being the common denominator towards all of that challenge that you've run away from. And at some point, you're going to have to face it. At some point, you're going to have to learn the lesson. if you don't, and if you don't face it and break through, instead of, you know, always just running away, you're just going to be presented with another opportunity to break through that same old challenge, whether it's with this person or another 10 people down the track. So hoping that this is of value to you guys, and I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, so I'm definitely wanting to check in with you guys. If you've got any words of wisdom that you want to share with any of us, that would be amazing. Or just say hi. Let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. I always love hearing that. And like I said, I'm off to Milan tomorrow. I got a super early start. I'm just about to pack all my bags, get them all prepared, and then I think I'm out at like 6 a.m. So super early for me, and off to Milan. So can't wait to share that experience with you guys. Who have I got? Let's check in. I've got Donald and Nikki and Elliot and Moyne, and hello to you, Moyne, and Alexandria, yay, and my spirit sister, always, I love it, and Karim's here, and Ella and Ali, hello to you, and Graham's here, and Elliot, great message, saying no in a positive way, live, learn, and move on. I love that, Elliot, absolutely. You know, we've got to be able to discern what's saying no and walking away from a place of empowerment versus what's just like running away, or what's staying in a situation that just doesn't serve you. And if it doesn't serve you, it's definitely not serving another person. So break free of that mentality for sure. I love it. And Rosie's here, yay, and Zach and Muritesh and Alex and Jen and Carlos and Arshad and Karim. Thank you, but you're not interested. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, but I love having you here, Karim, and hope you gained some form of value from today's message. And Caroline's here, and Ray and Vickers, much love to you, my friend. What you think you become, very true, absolutely, you got it. And Jeannie's here as well, and Bina, always lovely to see you live, beautiful. So I'm going to sign off pretty quickly, guys. I am seriously fallen under the weather, burning up, got this sore throat. I'm just going to try and sleep it off, and hopefully this will be the end of it. But yeah, lesson learnt. Wear better clothes when it's cold. Just had no idea. The weather just kind of went like extreme hot to like freezing cold in like overnight. So Carolina's here as well. Much love to you, beautiful. But as always, guys, I know this is a short one. I hope it's been valuable. And as always, I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary. I hope today's message has served you. And of course, I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. So thanks so much for everybody who joined live. And if you're catching the recording, drop me a comment, drop me a question. Here to support you in any way that I can. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow.